Goon is a movie about Goon shows. Goon. Damn it, that word used to mean something different. It used to mean a thug, a henchman, hired muscle. A goon is just some dummy that someone hired to lay the smackdown on some other dummy. And on its surface, that's what the 2011 film Goon is about. That being said, this is hands down one of my favorite films of all time. So I'm gonna yap a little bit about why it's more than beatdowns and dick jokes. Good? Good. Doug the Thug Glatt is nothing if not a purveyor of violence. He could bring the beat down like no other. But he's also genuinely a very nice guy.
I think that we both have a light in our stomachs. A special light, like E.T.
He's also kind of an idiot, but that isn't really here or there. The point is that young Douglas is good at one thing and one thing only: fighting. Before long, this talent catches the attention of the Halifax Highlanders, a minor league hockey team looking to add an enforcer to their roster. As the events of the film progress, we watch Doug learn to skate, learn to play, and fall in love, before eventually facing off against the boogeyman of the league, Ross the Boss Ray. But before we get into all that, I would just like to take a moment to talk about hockey as a sport. I'm not what one would call a sports ball enthusiast, but luckily, hockey falls into the category of sports puck, so we're all good on that front. That being said, I'm not going to sit here and say that I follow hockey, because I don't. My favorite hockey players are literally fictional characters, so everything that I'm about to say might be entirely off base, but I've always admired sports puck. Relative to other sports, the salary for the average NHL player is low. It's higher than some NFL salaries, which is shocking to me, but still lower than those of basketball, baseball, and even soccer. Seriously. As far as I can tell, hockey is just soccer with swords strapped to your feet and intermittent brawls. It boggles the mind the average soccer player makes more than the average hockey player, but I digress. The point I'm trying to make is that hockey is different from other sports. It's not just a game, it's a lifestyle. From my understanding, hockey players eat, sleep, and shit hockey to a degree that other athletes simply do not. And that makes it the perfect backdrop for a film with as much heart as Goon. Because this movie is filled to the brim with heart. It's less a movie about fighting and more a movie about why we fight. At the start of the film, Douglas is listlessly meandering through life. He's working a dead-end job as a bouncer. His parents, including Mr. Eyebrows himself, Eugene Levy, are ashamed of him, and he is entirely without purpose. All of that changes one fateful night when a player starts mouthing off and spewing homophobic slurs at the audience.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig, but as a bundle, we form a mighty...
Mr. Glatt takes umbrage with these coarse words and kindly implores the gentleman to cease. But alas, the gentleman does not. So, Douglas asks him again, but with his fists. This is the first inkling that we get as an audience that Doug is fighting not simply for the sake of fighting, but for some higher purpose. He is fighting to defend the honor of his brother. He is fighting to protect someone that cannot protect themselves. And this theme of honor, of purposeful pugilism, of valorous violence will come up again and again and again in this film. Cut to the final episode of Hot Ice, where Doug is recruited to the Orangetown Assassins. You there? Good, because we're leaving again to cut to his first practice session. Here, Doug is the laughing stock of the team, which is really saying something because this team is the laughing stock of the league. The Assassins are lambasting young Douglas for his lack of ice skating acumen. They are bullying young Doug, and he does not care for it. So what does he do? He fucks them up. All of them. The violence here is admittedly less virtuous than that which was shown in the previous scene, but still serves a purpose beyond mere bloodshed. Doug is not fighting to protect anyone but himself. But more than that, he is fighting to prove that he belongs. Not just to his teammates, but to himself. He wants his life to have a purpose, and he will be damned if he's going to let these chuckle f***s rob him of that. After this, Doug has his purpose. He is a hockey player. He just, needs to learn how to play hockey. And learn he does, more or less. He learns how to skate without falling down. He learns how to hold a stick. He learns the basics. And the basics are all he really needs. Doug isn't there to score goals. He is there to protect his team. And as a result of his time as an assassin, Doug is called up to the big leagues. Well, bigger leagues. Goodbye Orangetown, hello Halifax. Doug is no longer an assassin, but is now a Highlander, and it is here that he really learns what it means to be part of a team. In Halifax, Doug meets Xavier Laflemme, a washed-up wonderkin that took a bad hit and got knocked down to the minor leagues. Xavier is the perfect foil for Doug. The former prodigy is talented, but he's egotistical, nihilistic, and really just out for himself. He doesn't care about hockey, he doesn't care about the Highlanders, and what's more is he looks down his nose at Doug for caring about those things. And this sort of attitude has a deleterious effect on young Douglas. After a spat between Laflemme and Glatt, the latter lets the former take a hit to remind him of what happens without the Goon watching his back. Doug falters in his duties for but a moment and immediately regrets it. Laflemme takes a hit hard and is out of action for several games, and Glatt is suspended as a result of his negligence. This causes Doug to do some introspection, a word he can hardly spell, let alone define. But the Goon gazes inward nonetheless. Doug realizes that the more time he spent around Xavier, the more like him he became. The one time in his entire career that he was selfish, Doug was punished for it. He had his purpose taken from him, albeit momentarily, and as a result, resolves to never let such a thing happen again. So Doug makes a pact with Laflemme. He promises that no matter what happens, whatever Xavier does to him, Doug will always be watching his back. And you know what? This speech actually gets through to the little shit. As a result of Doug's sincerity, Laflemme remembers what is important: the Highlanders. The hockey stick savant has a change of heart, and he and Doug move forward as teammates. But more than that, they move forward as brothers. Because at the end of the day, a team is just that, a family. It's a group of people that set their own wants and desires aside for the good of the collective. When your family needs you to fight, you fight. When your family needs you to bleed, you bleed. But when someone f***s with your family, well, that's when the gloves come off. All of these sentiments are embodied in this scene. The Highlanders are up by 1 with moments left on the clock. There is no goalie to be seen. All that is standing between the puck and the net is Doug the Thug Glatt. The opposing player shoots, and Mr. Glatt blocks the shot with his face. But there is still time left on the clock, and the opposing team uses it. They lay into the down Goon, but to no avail. The team from Halifax has secured their victory, but at a cost. Their brother has fallen, and the Highlanders make their displeasure known. This scene is the culmination of so many of the deeper themes that have been shown throughout the runtime of the film. Doug has earned his spot on the team. He has found a place where he belongs. More than that, he has found a reason to fight, not to put on display some sort of macho bravado or any such nonsense. Doug is fighting to protect his team, his brothers. But not only is the Thug willing to fight for the Highlanders, he's willing to bleed for them. He's willing to give up everything for that which takes precedent, his family. After this moment, he has proved his value as a Highlander. He has found the place where he belongs, and in the process, has found his purpose. He has nothing left to prove to anyone, except for himself. And as such, the stage is set for the final confrontation of the film. Ross the Boss Ray versus Doug the Thug Glatt. The torch is being passed to him, and Mr. Glatt has but to prove that he is worthy of bearing it. He has to prove that he is worthy, and he does just that.
Don't you fucking dare.
After taking a licking, Doug comes out on top over the Goon of yesteryear. He has claimed victory, or has he? The game is not yet over, as Doug is carted off the ice to lick his wounds. The Highlanders are still down by 2, but lo, inspired by the valorous deeds they have just witnessed, the Highlanders managed to score the final 3 points needed to win the game. This ending is perfect because it shows that the fight is not what is important. What is important is the reason we fight. Doug didn't score the final points of the game. His team did. Some people claim that violence is never the answer, and that viewpoint is naive, to be polite about it. Violence for its own sake is childish and stupid. It's largely macho posturing that serves no greater purpose. But sometimes, violence is necessary. It's necessary to protect those who cannot protect themselves. It is necessary to stand up for those that we hold most dear. It is necessary to make those who would come at us with knives drawn regret such a thing. Violence should never be the thing that is held in the highest esteem, but rather, what should be raised up are the things that we love. But sometimes, others aim to destroy those things, and violence becomes necessary, and that is why we fight.